Right, today I'm here with Cara Northcott of Heart and Diamond. Welcome, Cara. It's lovely to see you today. Now, I've got a few questions for you about Heart and Diamond, and I'd like to start off with how did you first discover the idea of turning ashes into diamonds?
Oh, thank you for having me, Alina. This is fantastic. So I first heard about it. It would have been about 9.5 years ago.
Mm.
It was 4 days after we'd scattered my own dad's ashes.
Hmm.
And I was down in Wanganui and I was catching up with a work colleague, and she'd recently lost her husband. And even though we'd lost dad sort of 18 months prior, she offered me incredible support and that sort of thing, really. And to me, I really wanted to reciprocate the emotional generosity that she shared. So, looking forward to catching up with her. And in the meeting, it was really different for the fact she was so excited. Clearly, not for the fact she'd lost her husband, because her husband was only in his 40s. But it was more for the fact that she was getting him made into a diamond. And she ended up showing me a photo, and she had four diamonds created. One was created using the ash of her late husband, and then herself and their two children both had haircuts, and she had separate diamonds made for them as well. She encouraged me to have a look at the website because I was thinking, oh my gosh, here's this woman. She's quite vulnerable because she's lost her husband, and I thought, I hope she's not being scammed, and looked into it. And no, here they were. It was very, very legitimate. Here they were looking for an agent in New Zealand. Now,
Mm.
my friend wasn't interested, but
Mm.
I certainly was. And sort of about 8 months later, I've got the distributorship for all of New Zealand.
So, what was it about finding out that you could put ashes into diamond that kind of spurred you on to think, I really want to do this. I want to be able to share this with others?
Great question. So, our diamonds are actually made from the hair or the ashes. It's
Mm.
not incorporated in. So, if you're looking at one of our diamonds, you wouldn't even know. So, if you're talking to someone who it's not their cup of tea and they feel uncomfortable with it, you wouldn't have to tell them. Okay, so they look like genuine diamonds. And for me, like I wanted to be able to commemorate my dad, even though we'd scattered his ashes. I'm the sort of person that doesn't have regrets, but I'm just thinking, what a beautiful tribute. I mean, I'm a female, I love diamonds, and I have beautiful jewelry. And I just sort of thought, this really resonated. And I could see that this could help people through their own personal journeys with grief. Yeah, I loved the idea.
When I first discovered, which was only last year, I think, the different things you could do with ashes, like create artwork with it, etc., and the diamonds. And I thought that is such a beautiful way to have your loved one with you. And, like that's something I'd like to do for my girls, so they have a part of me with them all the time. And I think that's such a beautiful way to hold someone in your heart, but through a diamond as well. So
Absolutely.
can you walk us through how a diamond is created from ashes or hair, please?
Yes, yes. So the process is the same, and it doesn't, if you're using ashes on their own, we need 100 grams just for one single diamond. If you're wanting to create two diamonds or more, then I would need 200 grams. And that doesn't matter if you're creating two or 10, it's
Hmm.
still 200 grams. What happens also if you're using hair, a little bit different because there's more carbon in hair than what there is the ashes. So that's why
Oh,
we need more. Mm.
right.
So here I only need 2 grams for a single diamond.
Hmm.
Any more than two, then I will, or two or more, then I would need 4 grams. Now, a thing that a lot of people are starting to do as well, especially people that have perhaps lost a really small child, whether it was stillborn, that sort of thing. Quite often, there is only enough ash for one single diamond. However, I have found that quite often both parents want to have a diamond. And so that's where I've suggested if they both just got a simple trim, we can add that to the ash and create more of a commemorative diamond, a family diamond, if you like.
Yeah.
So then what happens is whatever the material is that we're using, I actually send it to Finland. They're not made here in New
Oh,
Zealand.
okay.
Yeah, but the great thing for clients is because I'm local and based in New Zealand, they're covered by the consumer laws
Right.
that we have here in New Zealand. Good thing is they won't have GST or MAF or import duties when their diamond comes
Yes,
back.
yes.
Okay. So over in Finland, we have our own laboratory, and
Oh.
that's how we differ because there are a lot of other companies that do advertise to make
Mm.
diamonds from hair or ashes. We have our own lab, so we differ in that respect. Obviously, we
Okay.
have representation in New Zealand, which is me.
Yes.
But also, what then happens is as soon as your material arrives at the lab, you are then kept in communication from regular emails
Hmm.
from head office. They will take the material, they will analyze it for the carbon content. They will then add a diamond growing compound and they will put it basically in a Pressabel. And then they will put this into a high pressure, high temperature chamber machine.
Hmm.
And depending on the color choice, it takes up to 120 days to create. And
Wow.
thereafter, they will then cut the diamond to the size that's required and shape. Mm.
Right, I've got a couple of questions about all that. So, how you said the process itself takes 120 days. So, if I was to speak with you, send ashes to you, how long would it take? Because I guess you need to factor in sending it to Finland as well. So, how long would the whole process take from me sending in ashes or a hair sample to me actually receiving the diamond?
So I always say to people, allow about 5 months because
Right.
it takes about 2 weeks for me to get the material couriered over, and
Mhm.
obviously we have the similar time frame coming back. Yeah, so
Mhm.
allow about 5 months.
Okay. And
Yeah.
so what kind of choices do families get to make about the color, the cut, the setting of the diamond?
So they can control absolutely everything. So if they are looking at a blue or a white diamond, obviously white is the most
Diamonds,
popular
yeah. Mm.
popular color. Yeah, white or clear, it's the same.
Hmm.
They are only available in your brilliant round shape. So
Okay.
clients, if they're wanting either of those colors, then it's up to them as to what size diamond they want. So they start off as a zero point 0.1 carat and they go all the way up to a 2 carat, our sizes. So we've got a huge range there. If they're wanting another color, such as the red, which is a very deep dark red, we've
Okay.
got an orange yellow, which sort of
Okay.
looks like a citrine,
Hmm.
and then we've got a yellow green, which I would describe it as a peridot.
Mm.
Again, they can choose any of those five colors. We
Wow.
can do black too, actually, which is very, very dark blue.
Wow.
But the other three colors, so the orange, the yellow, the red, they again come in either or available in either a zero point 0.1 carat size all the way up to a 2 carat, but
Mhm.
they do have choices as to the cut. So the moment we go to a quarter carat, and a quarter carat and all of my colors are the most popular size, they then have the choice whether they want to go the brilliant round, the princess, or the radiant cut. Yeah.
Wow. And
So it
so,
doesn't depend on the material. Mm.
okay, well, that's amazing. So
Mm.
do we just receive a diamond and then we need to take it to a jeweler's to get
Oh,
a ring design, or do you do the ring design as well? Or
yeah, so yeah, that's a
necklace
really yeah,
design?
or pendant. Yeah, really good question. So we have an extensive range of jewelry options on our website.
Okay.
A lot of people naturally go for those.
Mm,
However, we specialize in making the diamonds.
yes.
And I regularly say to people, yes, you can definitely get a diamond made through me and
Mm,
work with your own manufacturing jeweler to commemorate or create something that's as unique as your loved one. Because
yes.
obviously anything on our website is available for any client.
Mm, yeah.
So
Okay.
yeah, whereas if you want something a little bit more individual, definitely work with your own manufacturing jeweler. Or I've worked with several around the country as well, and I'm happy to help facilitate that too if someone's struggling to
Yes.
come up with a jeweler. Mm.
Okay. Oh, that's wonderful. And so, what do people often say when they receive their diamond? You must get a bit of feedback.
Oh, I do. I do. The biggest thing, and it really lights me up
Mm,
because they're just going, oh my God, I thank you so much. It feels so good to mum, nana, dad, back, whoever it is
mm,
they're commemorating. And it just to the feedback also is along the lines of, oh, it just feels so good to have them back with me again.
Yeah.
Naturally, they go, the diamond is absolutely stunning, but quite often they'll say it's better than I could have ever imagined. So, I mean, really lovely things to hear.
Yeah, absolutely. And so, have there been any stories that really stayed with you, moments that felt especially meaningful?
Yeah, obviously, everyone travels their own unique path, and I feel really humbled by the stories that people do share with me.
Mm,
Recently, I was working with a husband, probably our age, and he had recently lost his wife, and he's got two adult children. And the interesting thing was is that his wife had done her research. She had a terminal illness, done
mm,
her research, and had said to him, "This is what she wants to have happen. She wants it to be commemorated by way of a diamond, so
yeah,
that each of them, all three of them, could have basically her with them constantly, which is really special.
yeah,
Such a lovely thing
absolutely.
to do.
Yeah.
There was one instance that I feel we really, and I loved doing it. We went over and beyond. This lady had tragically lost her partner in a car crash, and she had. I'm not sure of the timelines between when he passed and when she started it with me, but she started it partway through the year. She was working with her own manufacturing jeweler. In fact, she had a good friend who was a manufacturing jeweler, and I've got a feeling it might have been Cambridge. Don't quote me on that one. But anyway, so she'd had the design and everything made. It was getting really close to Christmas. The
Mm,
diamond came back, and what we did is I couriered the diamond straight to the jeweler who set it, so the client didn't see the ring or the diamond or the ring. And
yes.
what the jeweler then did is obviously did the setting, did the ring for her, and gift wrapped it, and she picked it up on Christmas Eve. And
Oh,
this was so meaningful for her
yeah.
because it meant that she had a gift in her mind from her late partner.
Oh,
And
that's
that
a
one,
beautiful
that
story.
really stood out.
Yeah.
I know you've got goosebumps just telling you that story.
Oh, thank
It's
you for
pretty
sharing
cool.
that. That's a beautiful story. And so, well, that's one way that to help people feel connected to their loved ones again, that's a really nice way of showing that that's what having a heart and a diamond is all about.
Hmm.
So, what would you say to someone who's curious but unsure about this kind of memorial?
Oh, hey, I'm more than happy to talk to people.
Mm,
And I would rather people make informed decisions and make sure they're making the right choice for them. So I've got an 0800 number on my website. They can call that, and it will come directly through to me. You won't go through to a call centre.
right.
Um, Send me an email. We've got an inquiry form that again will come through to me.
Mhm.
Big thing is just reach out. I'm here to help.
Yes, absolutely.
Welcome.
Thank you for sharing your story. And I am, yeah, so much more enlightened now on Heart and a Diamond and all the different varieties of colors and things out there that, diamonds can be created from to kind of hold those memories of our loved ones. And I'm so glad that you decided this was something you wanted to share with people and um, help them through that grieving process. So thank you so much for that. And yeah, I wish you
Thank you for
your,
reaching out.
that's all good.